So we're definitely living in a dynamic environment at the moment. I would put it down as evolution rather than revolution. Equally, when I look at some of the challenges that we have, some of them are old challenges. So it's not as if they're new things that we have to respond to as an insurance company. And as an example of that, I think about the market dynamic that we're moving into. It's becoming more aggressive. One thing that is important in responding to a shifting market dynamic, as well as these evolving challenges that our brokers and clients are having to deal with, is to constantly listen to the demands and needs of our brokers and end clients. And that's one thing that we pride ourselves at Travers at doing, because if you're going to profess to be a specialist insurer, you need to make sure that what you're delivering to our brokers is meeting the constantly evolving environment that they are working in. So we're always seeking feedback and making sure our product proposition evolves with that change. Two areas that we're constantly focusing on. One is ensuring that our people, whether it's risk control, underwriting, claims, are consistently continually being trained up so that they are aware of these changing dynamics. And also in our platform, investing in our platform, so when it actually comes to the delivery of the proposition to our brokers, it's done in the most effective and capable manner. The environment we have today, whether it's social changes, technological changes, or even environmental changes, are making the world of underwriting more complicated than it used to be. But it's not rocket science what we do. So what we just need to ensure is that when it comes to, let's say, environmental changes, we're constantly modelling how that risk exposure is shifting with time. At Travers, we've got a catastrophe unit that specialises on that very thing. They day in, day out, their job is to model that evolving risk scenario and then to manage what that exposure actually looks like from a footprint standpoint. And then when an incident actually happens, to ensure that we actually put all our resources in the right place to deliver on the claim proposition, which at the end of the day is what clients are ultimately paying for. That's like an environmental change. With regards to some social changes we're seeing, we've set up 2 new practices in the form of medtech and health and care. And that is very much in response to the fact that as a society, we're getting older, the demand from a health standpoint is going up. And with that comes new exposures that we need to respond to. So we want to make sure that we've got a sense of excellence from an underwriting standpoint, as well as from a risk control and claim, that understands that shifting, evolving risk dynamic that we've got in those spaces. So Travers prides itself on having award-winning claim service. In fact, we won an award 5 stars from Insurance Business UK. That is driven by 2 factors. One is our global reach and proposition. If you look at, in the US, we have what we call a claim and risk control lab. And in that, we actually utilize state-of-the-art technology to look into forensics, try to actually model how a loss scenario might manifest itself. That is something which we can do because we have the resource for that. We also do a lot of training through that facility. As an example, we did 200,000 hours last year of training alone with our brokers as well as with our underwriters and claims people. That's from the global standpoint, but locally as well, from the UK and Ireland capability, we're also very proud about the significant bench strength we have there. So from a platform element, what we can actually deliver is rehabilitation service. So we have nurses on hand that help a client and their employees, should they be in a position where an incident's happened, they haven't put a formal claim in, we work with them proactively before a formal claim actually manifests itself. That's one example of that. We also set up our own in-house law firm that helps with professional negligence claims. We're the first insurer to do that. And that has actually proved very successful over the last 3 years. But with our cyber proposition, we've recently launched a new capability, which is a post-claim wellbeing service, which caters for the fact that when a cyber claim actually happens, it's not just a physical implication on the business, it's also the mental anguish that comes with that. So we partnered with a third-party provider that specializes in mental anguish called Hello Self. And through them, we offer this service so that when an incident occurs, the client can access this third party and actually deal with any mental anguish that they might be suffering. At the same time, we're handling the claim that actually comes following a cyber loss.